Hello, my dear. It's me.
I know, I hear your voice. I just sat down with my dinner. But we
Ah,
can take a second or two.
yeah, I'm getting ready to go on the air. I was going to ask you if you felt obliged if I send you
Oh,
the link.
go on that tube again. I can't connect to it.
Uh, if I send you the link and you click on it.
I clicked on it and I cannot get into it.
Ah,
And
okay.
it wants me to show my face. I've covered up my camera.
Yeah, well, some people do. Some
Yeah.
people cover the camera.
I just walked in. I'm
Okay.
eating dinner. I've been totally exhausted from a whole day
Okay,
of going
sweetie.
to lawyers and doctors and all this crap.
All right.
Nothing worked. But I would love to have done it. If you ever get back to the telephone, I will get on it.
Okay. All right,
All right,
sweetie.
dear. Thank you for everything.
You're
Bye,
welcome.
love.
Bye bye. Such a thing. Okay, let's see. His eyes on the sky. He watches me, and I sing because I'm happy. check your email, you'll see the link for this evening's program. Hoping to talk to you soon. Namaste. I always manage to get one of those. Always manage to get one. Whoa. Nation under a grove, getting down just for the funk of it. Nothing can stop us now. Okay. Okay, voice, don't start acting up now. It's too late. I have made the commitment. Namoringeo, 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 namoringeo. Hmm. Namoringeo, 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 namoringeo.
The golden thread.
Yeah,
It doesn't just connect all Gaia members.
Namoringeo,
It connects all human beings.
namoringeo,
Its fibers are truths. They are what make us human. They are
namoringeo.
what make us one.
There we go. Namoringeo, 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 namoringeo. Okay. Beautiful. Namoringeo, 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 namoringeo. Whoever is listening, I may start singing or chanting in a minute, and if I do, you may want to cover your ears. That's a joke. My voice is not that bad, but some days it's better than others. Ah, okay, you're still hanging in there, whoever you are. Good thing. And oh my goodness. Okay, I'm hanging in there too. And even if it's just me and you, it's all good. Hmm, it's all good. And it's 3 minutes in, and okay, 3 minutes is all it takes. to smile. Okay. And I am smiling. Countdown is upon us. Namoringeo. 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 Sabasham Sabasta Bhavatu. Oh, 1 minute. Very nice. um, 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 um. Okay, I'm getting Salvation. Still Bhavatu. Still Bhavatu. Purnam Bhavatu. Purnam Bhavatu. Shamangalam Bhavatu. Okay, it is that time, and it is that time, and good evening. It is that time. It's exactly 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and this is Reverend Sharon. And for the two people that are listening in, hello there, how are you? I am coming to you from somewhere in Florida. Can't decide on whether or not this is central or south. Mm, doesn't really matter. The weather is beautiful. And I am on solo this evening. I didn't book anyone. As a matter of fact, I was trying to convince uh, my spirit guides that I should take the day off. Everybody else took off on Friday. I should take Monday off. And the response I received was, well, you signed up to do a certain thing, no goal breaking. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm not goal breaking. I have invited a few guests that hopefully will come on the air live, but if not, that's okay. In the meantime, since it is 7, I am going to do a meditation. And while I turn down in the background of me, you can't hear it, uh, Tina Turner doing her chants, which are marvelous. For those of you that don't know that Sister Tina is a practicing Zen Buddhist, uh, as well as a householder, which is, it's a little, it's not difficult, but it's not always easy to follow the spiritual path and maintain a household. So she does have her work cut out for her, I'm sure. But her chants, if you have an opportunity to listen to them on YouTube or just go online, they are fantastic. She does Namo Ringeo as well as, quite a few others. Unisa Vijaya, which is a chant. It's supposed to wipe out all previous karma. So, so that's a good one to remember. So what we're going to do, and we're going to do this because of the energy that we're going to be uplifting, upgrading. I don't think there's anybody that has not heard a few words about last Tuesday's election to the point of distraction for some of you. And there's no need to be distracted. There is no need to be distracted. So, what we're going to do, and with the assistance of the angel of the day, which is the archangel Gabriel, we're going to start out with just an invocation of the angels for protection. And that is not just for myself and the people who may be listening or tuning in or going into the archives, but this is for every soul, everywhere on this planet. I'm going to do it in Aramaic, which is the language that was spoken by the Master Yeshua, known to some as Jesus the Christ. And by the way, the Christ is not what he was, and he never said that he was. Christ is a name for a level of consciousness that he had access to, and that we all have access to. And so, this is what we're going to do. We're going to assist in accessing. Oh my gosh. Hello there.
Hi there, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I was just about to go into the invocation of the archangels in Aramaic. So, hello,
Hello.
and I will uh, give my brief on that. Uh, as I was saying, some of you are you still refer to him as Jesus. You have to forgive me. I like Yeshua. I'm comfortable with Yeshua. So, however, this is the language, one of the languages he spoke at the time, according to history. Bishem Adonai Elohim, Mimini Mikael, Umisimoli Gabriel, Umi Lifanai Uriel, Umi Afarai Raphael, Baal Roshi Shekinat El. Okay, and that, whoa, that was a recognition of the angels that surround us. Okay, we have Michael to the right, or Mikael in Aramaic, Gabriel or Gabriel in also Aramaic, Gabriel. And we have Uriel before us. Okay, and we have Raphael behind us. And above our crowns, we have Shekinat El, or the Shekinah, as some of you may refer to her, which is another name for the feminine aspect of God. And so we recognize the archangels who are assisting us in maintaining the magnetic field around us, that field that comes from the Merkaba that we are born with, that helps to protect us in this particular dimension when we activate it. And activating it uh, takes meditation, much meditation. Well, at least a moment every day if you can spare it and continue with it. And oh, I'm hearing a lot of noise. Hello. Is that you?
I
Uh,
I think it might be. Let me put it on mute.
okay. Okay, sweetie. All right. And our guardian angels as well are, of course, they're in the vicinity. Well, they come in with us actually and assist us whenever we call upon them. And that's something that people are still working on. Yes, they're there, but they will just observe unless you speak up. So you must speak up if you need assistance. Otherwise, they will just watch you get yourself into all sorts of challenges. And unless it interferes with a timeline or a fixed point in time, they will not really do anything else except keep you. They'll keep you alive if you're supposed to still be alive. That you're not absolutely positively without assistance, but if you need help, trust me, speak up, call out, and say help. Okay, now the meditation that I am sort of uh, placing myself in position to channel. Um, yes, for those of you who've heard me give meditations before, they come in and I don't write these down. I ask for guidance and then I wait. And so that's what this conversation has been about, my waiting and listening. And really, that is what meditation is all about, is listening, listening to the silence. And as we listen to the silence, we recognize that as beings of light, as healers, as immortal souls, yes, you are, we have not just a responsibility, we have the gifts of discernment, the gifts of abilities that we have not yet tapped into. So, to begin that progress of tapping into, I suggest that you close your eyelids and direct your eyebrows, direct your eyes upward to the space between your eyebrows. Taking a deep breath through the nostrils, releasing through parted lips, and breathe. Take another deep breath, holding for the count of 10, also through the nostrils. And in releasing this breath, allow your hands to face each other, the palms facing each other, an inch, perhaps 2 inches apart. Releasing your breath through parted lips, allowing yourself to feel the warmth between your palms. It is there because you are an infinite being. This experience that you're having at the moment is just that, an experience. You can hold on to it and make it a life journey, or you can release it, let it go, and accept even greater talents, even greater rewards. And breathe, placing both palms over your heart or upon your chest. And you feel the vibration sooner or quicker if you place your hands on your chest. However, just above your chest or your heart begins a process of reminding your body of the talents, the gifts that you have access to. It is time for the sleeper to awaken and breathe. As you continue to breathe, awakening within yourself, within every atom of your being, that energy, that vibration, that light that has carried you this far, recognizing your true self and your soul purpose. You breathe with the rhythm of your heart. This is not a difficult thing to do. The heart breath is what will assist you in activating more of your ascension status. I wish with all my heart that you could see and feel before you right now just how wonderful and magnificent you are. You are the light of the world. You are capable of things that you have only dreamed of doing. And breathe. And as you begin to feel the beat, the rhythm, pulsation of your heart, with each beat, take in a breath, hold it, and release it with the second beat that comes through. Your heart beats in a cadence of 5, especially when you're excited, when you're fully alert and going about what takes place in this reality. However, you can slow that pulsation down by simply breathing with each beat of the heart. And breathe. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, I get a little emotional when I do this. Don't pay me any attention. Pay attention to your heart and breathe with your heart rhythm. As you continue to do this, you may begin to see or sense or feel the vibration of colors surrounding you. The intensity of the colors are brilliant. An explanation for them is not necessary. The most important color that you may detect would be that of gold, a golden hue, which may surround you. You have already blessed your being with an invocation of protection through the angels. At this point, if you desire to touch the golden light, follow your heart. Follow the intuition of your heart. And breathe. Breathe again, holding that breath for as long as you possibly can, releasing through parted lips, knowing that you are radiating a light of your own. As you continue, you may begin to feel an essence of the light. There is an opportunity here for you to speak your heart within your heart, dwelling upon your feelings, dwelling upon that emotion deep within you, that joy deep within you that does exist. You are a healer. This is an opportunity to heal yourself. It only takes a moment. Your breath is all you need as it resonates within your heart. And breathe. At this point in time, you may have the desire to share some of the vibrations that you're feeling now, sharing them with the light that's within you. This is your first inclination. Breathing in and visualizing that light within you. As you continue to breathe with your heart, through your heart, you can share this light with those who are most dear to you, loved ones, immediate family, relatives, ancestors. These are individual energies that have come in and out of your life with a purpose. That purpose has brought you to this moment in time now. And breathe. If I held a mirror in front of you now, you would be radiating. You would be shining as you are a being of light. And breathe. Continue to share this light with your community, with your friends, with all of those with whom you associate. And yes, even with those you may not be speaking to right at the moment. That's okay. As a matter of fact, that will assist you in the activation of your ascension. and breathe. Every soul on this planet will resonate with the energy that you are sharing now. It doesn't matter if they believe in what you believe in, what gender, what religion. As you increase the light of the energy that flows through you and direct that energy towards the molecules which abide within you, you are uplifting every soul that has ever been created by the source, the soul, the one, and breathing through the heart, acknowledging through your heart that you are immortal. Yes, I know. I say that word a lot, don't I? But that's because you are immortal. You are infinite. And you are the only one who doesn't remember that. Now is the time for you to remember. Remember and breathe. At this point, the warmth from the palms of your hands should have intensified, bringing forth ever greater vibrations of the energy. If you are aware of someone with a particular ailment, visualize that individual receiving the light and breathe. Breathing again. If there is a child who is without, that you're aware of, if there is any soul who is going through back pains or having a challenge of stress, direct that energy that you're feeling, the energy that is a part of the universal source, and breathe. Because what you are doing now is you are sharing the light of all lights. Whether or not the individuals that you share the light with accept or decline the sharing, it's okay. This energy will circulate the planet, and to whomever is ready to receive this light, this shining energy, effervescence of who you are, they will receive it. And their souls will feel the lighter for it. This is why we're here, to assist, to uplift, to bring about a lightness to the vibration of energy that's taking place now. And breathe. Still breathing with your heart. The beat may be much slower now because you have been sitting in the silence. And to continue that silence, I will be silent for the next 15 seconds while you take in the enormous blessing that you are. And you are a blessing. You are a force of energy that radiates. So sit still. Listen to the beating of your heart and syncopate the breathing of that beat for 15 seconds. And take another deep breath, acknowledging all that is all, acknowledging yourself as a part of the all. You are radiant, and I can feel the vibration of the energy here. You are an infinite being, remembering that this is a human experience. And when it is your heart's desire, you may open your eyes and acknowledge your greatness and maintain that memory of who you really and truly are. And breathe. Okay. My goodness, I'm still having a bit of a rush from that one. I wasn't quite sure, but definite energies. Well, uh, include the fact that I'm holding three stalactite shaped selenite wands covered in copper wire. That does help to generate a bit of an energy flow there. Ah, I thought I had uh, a guest on, but he may be having some challenges with his technology, and that happens to the best of us. So I do empathize and sympathize. Um, this evening, I was going to do some well, some numerology readings, but since there's no one in the studio at the moment, what I can do is go over the energies that we've been experiencing in the last week or so. Oh my goodness, it is not my desire to bring up the incoming president of the United States. Okay. Not because he's a bad or a good person, but simply because a lot of people have attached energy that they can use for their higher good to a situation, making that situation lower on the vibrational scale. Okay, one of the things that we need to remember as people who are following a spiritual path is that whatever is going on in the outside world should not take us from our spiritual path. Uh, we have the power and the capabilities of maintaining focus on that path and what you see occurring. And I understand that there is a lot of protesting and even rioting going on. And ah, when this type of information comes to you, the best suggestion, and I'm following now the principles of the Kabbalah, is to hold that situation in the light, because in the Kabbalah it teaches you that whatever you claim, you make real. So uh, there has been a lot of manifestation of this energy that doesn't have to be. Again, I am not for him, didn't vote for him. Okay? So I'm not trying to uh, do or say anything except remind those who are on a spiritual path to stay on that spiritual path. This is, and I will liken it to a, a Zen koan. There were two monks of a very conservative order traveling from one temple to another. They had a vow of silence that they maintained, and they also had a vow of not communicating with women. And so there was a younger and an elder monk in company, and they're traveling, they're journeying, and they reach a lake. It could be construed as a river. And they reach the river, they find a young maiden who is trying to cross and cannot, because she cannot swim and she needs to get across immediately, some sort of emergency. And so the elder monk stops, picks her up, and tells her not to worry. And for the rest, or at least for that part of the journey, he walks through the water carrying her. And they reach the other end of the shore. He releases her and they part company. Okay, now remember there's two monks. The younger monk, and they still have a vow of silence, is walking along and he's very distressed, very confused. And so finally, after they start camp, they open a camp of with the campfire, etc. They take part in meal. And after they finish the meal, the younger monk says, I am sorry, master, but I have to say this. Why did you pick up that girl? You know we come from an order that does not touch or acknowledge women. Why did you pick up that girl? And the elder monk looked at him and said, I believe oops, I'm getting some sounds again. Hello, Catherine. How are you? I can't see your face, but I can hear you. Okay. And so The younger monk is saying, "Why did you carry that girl across the river?" And finally, the elder monk breaks his silence and he says to his companion, "Why are you carrying her now?" Okay. Um, I think that's sort of it. Sort of speaks for itself. The elections are over. Whatever was or did take place, it is across the river. Time to move on and not continue to carry it. At least uh, that is one of the points that can be made with that story. It's called a koan, but I think I probably embellished it just a bit. However, it is very familiar to those who practice Buddhism. And so in in the realm of being or accepting your spirituality, if you say or believe that you are a spiritual being or that you're on a path or that you want to be, you have a desire to be on a path, be on that path. Mm, pardon me. Be on that path. Yes, I know. Uh, it's difficult to be on that path, especially if you're what they call a householder. And that's the term referred to in Eastern philosophy. Sri Lahiri and Sri Yukteswar, I believe, were householders. These were teachers of Paramahansa Yogananda Jai. And those of you who know me pretty well know that I consider Paramahansa Yogananda to have been one of my first spiritual teachers. Uh, if you ever come to my house, you'll see his picture is not everywhere, but it's in a few places. And this is a man who taught Kriya Yoga, which is uh, the intention of sitting in the silence, of claiming that space that is within each of us, and continuing to do so until we reach self realization. Self realization is knowing that no matter what goes on outside of you, outside of your door, outside of your kitchen, your bedroom, it's what goes on within you, period. And this, I know that seems, uh, it almost seems conservative to some people. You have to be able to practice detachment to a certain level. And when I say detachment, I'm saying or speaking of your ability to observe what's going on around you without becoming emotionally involved. That doesn't mean that you don't have compassion. You can have, like the goddess Kuan Yin, great levels of compassion, or like the Master Yeshua, great waves of compassion. His compassion for the people was well known. So was Kuan Yin, so was Buddha's. And this is part of being who you are as a spiritual being. But also in recognizing that with the compassion, you must have constraints. You must be able to direct the energy that comes with the compassion with the intention of good. And this is how you can manifest your good and good for those that are dear to you, good for your familia, good for whoever is in the vicinity to receive the good. And you see people sometimes, uh, they're known, oh, she's so lucky. He's so lucky. Why does good things always happen to them? These are people who do not attach themselves to negative energies, negative thought patterns. They keep their intention at the highest level of vibration, expecting only the greatest good for themselves and sharing that good with those that surround them. If you concentrate or focus on, oh, I can't stand him, oh, I'm going to get even, oh, etc., blah, blah, don't expect the type of luck you see in that other person. And it's not luck, it is the attraction of the vibrations of energy. Energy attracts energy, like energy attracts like energy. So if you that's like 1 plus 1 equals 2. So if you maintain negative energy, even just thoughts about yourself, you may not be addressing other people. You may be addressing yourself only. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. Oh, look what I did now. I am such a. You don't like the way you look, you get in the mirror, you talk badly to yourself. Okay, you don't need enemies. You got one. You're the the worst one you can find, and you call upon them every day when you leave your house, and you don't say nice things to yourself. You are immortals, people. I don't know how many times I can say that to you and get you to understand you are immortals. You are infinite. You are gifted. The master said, whatever I do, you can do. Even greater things than this can you do. He was speaking about your gifts, your light. As you maintain your focus on the light within, he was not saying, oh, you're such awful people. You're gonna, I can't even complete a sentence like that because I don't say things like that. If I catch myself in a bad mood, I immediately disconnect. I say things like cancel, cancel, cancel. No, I didn't mean that. I try to wish even people that may not have wished me the very best. I tried and try to wish them the very best. Hold them in the light. You must do this in order to clear your own playing field so that your vibration may increase in its level. And in doing so, the activation of your ascension becomes more expeditious. Taking a deep breath, as I would suggest at the moment, I need to take a deep breath right now because I'm still floating on that meditation I just did. Um, Taking a deep breath when you are dressing yourself to go out, when you're looking in the mirror and you're on your way out the door, reinforce that part of you that is at the highest level of energy. Oh, you look so nice today. I can see your aura and it's just shining. This will not block your ability to discern something if you're out side and you need to be on your toes, on the alert of what's going on around you, you can do that. And you can do it even better when you're holding yourself in the light. You see, holding yourself in the light, keeping yourself above reproach. Even if you make a mistake, okay, it doesn't mean that it's a good mistake. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It means simply that you've acknowledged that you need to correct yourself, which means you watch out next time, you're aware, you're alert. You do not need to reprimand yourself or discipline yourself. And I've seen people do that. They discipline themselves when they make an error or if they do something that they consider to be off the mark. And then that follows them around. That becomes a part of their baggage for the rest of their lives because they can't free themselves, release themselves from that energy. Release yourself, forgive yourself, and let it go. Now, as far as our incoming commander in chief is concerned, no, the universe is not playing a trick on us. I believe that it is going to be a time of awakening, especially for those who are on the spiritual path. I believe that we have let our own spirituality go to the point that we need to become more alert. And this is definitely an opportunity to do that. So, taking it from that point of view, bringing yourself into a system of spiritual alertness is more important than uh, sounding out to the world that you don't like this person. Whatever this person may or may not have done, this is going to sound strange. Hold him in the light. Okay, there I said it. And I do know of people, very spiritual people, who refuse to pray for people that they don't like. And then they wonder why they get sick. And then they wonder why things don't go the way they plan them to go. You cannot adapt to or go forward with a spiritual path and hold angst against anyone. And the reason for that is because energy returns to its source. So if your intention of the energy that you send out is not of the purest intention for the highest good of not just yourself, but in general, when that energy comes back into your magnetic field, you're not going to be particularly pleased with it. Your energy will be more or less, no, not more or less, it will be of the same intention that you sent it out. It won't occur in the exact same way that you sent it out, but it will be the same force of the energy, the same intention of the energy that you would have sent out, that you would have brought to the forefront and just let go. So, if you want to continue receiving positive energy, first of all, send out positive energy. That's, um, so what is it they call them? Acts of kindness, or is it? Uh,
Random kindness.
yes, random acts of kindness. There we go. The random acts of kindness is a wonderful, wonderful tool. It is a tool because what you're doing is you are reinforcing the positive energy of the entire planet. And you can do it without thinking about it. That makes it even more potent. Unpremeditated, oh wow, you're off the scale, you're tipping the scale. Because when it comes back, it's going to shower over not just you, but any and everyone in your family, in your immediate vicinity. It will just shower over those that have a connection to you. Okay, that if that makes more sense, anyone that has a connection to you. And the same goes for energy that you send out that is not of the best intention. When it comes back, it may shower over those who are attached to you or who you hold dear. And so sometimes you see people, I don't know why this happened. And they forget to think back at the time when they sent out some thoughts that were not particularly uh, positive in energy. And so maybe it didn't reach them directly, but it just showered over people that they did not want it to shower over. And so this is not God disciplining you or trying to spank you, because God doesn't do things like that. God doesn't really have time to do things like that. So, what you would like to do is find out why you're punishing yourself. Don't punish yourself. Treat yourself with the highest respect and the highest regard, because you are in the process of remembering your greatness. You are in the process of remembering your immortality. Oh, yes, there I said it again. Yes, you are immortal. And we've been taught so many different things about who we are. We've been given half truths about some of the most important information in our lives. We have built religions around incorrect information, and we don't remember that we are not only capable of healing others, we are capable of immortality. This would come with meditation again, focusing on meditation, being aware of the true self within. This is something that it is time for us to recognize. And I think that because it's time for us to recognize that, that is the reason why we have the commander in chief coming in, that's going to be coming in. Whatever it is that he may be responsible for doing, he is going to be of assistance, depending on how you look at it, in getting us to recognize our own abilities and powers. This is something that our souls have been waiting for a long, long time coming back to our real self, being who we truly are. This is going to take some focus, whatever means or method you have for meditation. Stick with it. If it is something that is assisting you in calming down and realizing the silence within you, don't give it up. This last week was just a signal for you to not give it up, to engage with more velocity, if that's a good word to use. You can speed it up, expedite it. Okay, because we've got some things that we need to be prepared for, alert about. And you can't be prepared or alert if you don't go inside yourself. If you there we go again. If we if we only focus on what's going on outside, uh, taking part in the anger is what I'm talking about, or the disappointment, uh, focusing on that, making that something that becomes a manifestation of anger. There are people who will take last week as a point of anger and they won't get over it because they don't realize that they have more power within themselves than anybody could possibly imagine on this plane of existence. More power than the people they're protesting against. All you have to do, and trust me, I know people that can make things appear and disappear simply because they spend a moment of time every day in meditation. So, and I'm not saying, oh, you want to make something appear or disappear. No, that's not the purpose of meditation. That should not be your goal. Your goal should be to focus yourself on being in the silence so that you may be available for the opportunity of engaging the source, the one source that created your soul. If you manage to materialize crystal jewelry and solid gold, I've seen both. They're called apports. Uh, that's not it's not a bad thing, but that's not your purpose for meditation. I would hope. I would hope that your purpose for meditation is to assist in your ascension process, to allow you to see things more clearly on every level, in every realm, when it is time to see those things, to have understanding and discernment beyond the wisdom that you displayed yesterday. Let it be today that you come across with that, I'll use the word, that magic that allows you to realize your immortality. Gotta breathe again. This was really, and now I'm getting the chills. Okay, I understand why they insisted that I come on this evening. Whoever's going to listen to this or whoever's listening to this, pick up your bed and walk. Last week is over with. This week is a new week. Each moment has been created by you. You created today, 2 days ago, at least. You are a co creator of your own experience. You're not alone in the creation of it, but you assist in the creation of it. Meaning, whatever problems or challenges that you went through today, the chances are good that you created them on Friday or maybe even Thursday. That's the way this particular reality goes. And there's much, much more to it than that. Realities. When I say realities, I know that some people are, what is she talking about now? There are dimensions, there are portals, there are vortexes, and if you're familiar with the concept, there are black holes, there are golden portals. There is so much information that we don't have access to that would make understanding what's taking place now much easier. And this is coming about. I understand that there's going to be a full disclosure of who we are and where we come from and the light beings that have been observing us. I want to say observing. There's more than one type. There's those that observe and those that have tried to interfere and those that may have tried to help. So this is not a program on extraterrestrials. This is a program on your immortality. If you can believe that Jesus, if you can believe in Jesus, then you should recognize that he knew where he came from. And I have never been able to find anyone who could. He never said that he was God. He said exactly what I believe that he said, is that we can do the same things that he did, keeping in mind that he focused on meditating to do that, keeping in mind that he was able to access that energy through meditation. He took time away from everybody and sat in the silence and worked with the soul force, the soul, the sovereign within us all. And so we can do the same things. We have the ability, we have the access. All we need is the intention to do it and to do it without creating harm. And I am breathing again. It's nice to breathe. It's finally, I think, coming down just a bit from the earlier meditation. And not going to stay on the full time this evening. Now, this coming Wednesday, I'm going to talk about that for a moment. Uh, there will be Cassie Williams. I believe she's still coming on uh, about 7:45. I'll be on doing my numerology readings from 7, and she should be joining me at approximately 7:45. She has to come from work. Kathy is volunteering her time to give free readings on the air, which is a good thing. Um, when I host readers and when I talk about the different tools that we have available as far as stimulating our memories to our true self of who we really are, remember that the readers that you hear, I myself included, we are working with the concept that you all have the same abilities that we do. You just aren't paying attention to them. So, as messengers and channelers, uh, we are humbled and feel privileged to be able to offer what we can access for you, because the concept of time is misinformed. Uh, Time is not linear at all. We look at time through the eyes of, well, okay, from 1 minute to the next. That is not how time works. You can supplement yourself in time, and I may explain that in another program. But right now, as I'm trying to get the meaning or the definition of it across, time is more of a bubble type reality, and we perceive it in linear, but it's not. So when you see or hear or speak to a reader, it's quite possible that they've tuned into one of your bubbles that's somewhere in the future, or perhaps even parallel to the time frame that you're experiencing right now. It does not mean that all of what they're telling you will happen in this time frame or in this particular timeline for you, but it would be happening to that persona of you that exists in other timelines. Oh, yes, she did say that. Your persona exists in more than just this timeline. Yes, it does. Again, that's going to be another program. Uh, if you like, go online or pick up some books on quantum realities, and you will possibly get a better understanding of what I'm talking about. But for now, realize that as an immortal, which you are, you can exist in more than one timeline. Yes, you can. Okay, if I'm getting too deep, not to worry. I'm almost in the point of signing off. Uh, my statement, though, was about the readings. Each of us have the gift, just as we all have the five senses. We have access to more than just five senses. And what awakens our ability to navigate the other senses is the attempt to meditate. So, as we attempt to meditate, we increase our ability to meditate. So, if you don't feel comfortable with your meditation the first time, don't give up, don't stop. Keep trying. Always surround yourself in the light before you start. Remember the angels that I introduced in the beginning of this program. The Archangel Michael or Michael to the right of you, the Archangel Gabriel to the left of you, the Archangel Uriel in front of you, the Archangel Raphael behind you, and above your crown chakra, the eternal Shekinah. And this is a prayer taught to children because these are the angels that walk with us continually. And if we enlist them, they assist the guardian angels that came in with us in helping us in what we need to do at the particular time that we ask. But they are in force in also in the hierarchy of the archangels that surround this planet with an electromagnetic field that helps keep the planet from being in worse condition than it could be. All of this is probably too much information for this evening, but it's something that I have access to. I have access to more than this, and so will you soon. If the timeline for disclosure, as it is presently being recognized, if that continues on the timeline that is supposed to continue on next year, supposedly you and everyone on the planet will have access to a whole lot of data that we have not been aware of before. Not a problem. I'm pretty much aware of most of it at this point, and I will be glad to see everyone have the opportunity to be more aware of it. No, the sky is not falling in. No, God is not coming and shaking the world. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Okay, so stop looking for somebody to float down with on a cloud and lift you up. You're going to be able to do that on your own because you are immortal. Okay, that being said, now is the time to close. I'm sure that this is going to be a most interesting broadcast for those who check it on the archives. In the meantime, I wish you all the very best of light within your lives, the highest vibration of energy that you can possibly maintain. I wish you all peace and harmony and love. Yes, to Wednesday evening, Kathy Williams. Thursday morning at 11 a.m., I'll be on Blog Talk Radio for 30 minutes. 646 And then next Monday, I'm going to have someone very special on. I'm not going to tell who yet, but I'm sure that you will all enjoy this visitor that's going to be with me next Monday. So be at peace, breathe through your heart, know that you are well loved, and sleep with the angels. God be with you. Namaste and good night.